What's going on, team? It's Caddy with Money Vesting. I hope that you all are having an amazing day. So in this video, we will be talking about Spotify, ticker symbol SPOT. And one of our viewers essentially was asking me about my opinion and a technical analysis on Spotify stock, which is why we will go over their technicals, we will go over their pattern, where are some of those key support and resistance levels, and where do I see the pattern going moving forward. Now, I did a separate analysis on the company in general where we talked about their revenue, their net income, their cash versus debt, their average revenue per user, their market share, and everything. So I'll put a link down in the description below for that analysis, and I will also link it up on the card, so you're more than welcome to watch that video as well. And we also built a DCF model, which is a discounted cash flow model, to understand what the intrinsic price is for Spotify stock. So again, if you guys want to watch that video, I will put a link down in the description below. But for the purpose of this video, we will just strictly keep it technical and identify those key support and resistance levels. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to drop a like. It really helps out with the channel and recommends this video to other people who might be interested in watching. Also, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future market updates and videos related to these stock breakdowns and technical analysis. So Spotify right now, again, ticker symbol SPOT, is listed on the New York Stock Exchange, and they IPO'd in April of 2018. So if they're fairly new, just about 2 years since trading in the public markets. So today you guys can see that they're up close to 1.3% after Goldman Sachs came out last week and said that they were going to put a price target on Spotify stock at $280 after they signed a deal with Joe Rogan and Kim Kardashian, which were huge picks for Spotify as a company, along with inking deals with companies like DC and Warner Brothers. So that's really big news for a company like Spotify, and that's exactly what's acting as a really positive catalyst for the company, which is why you guys can see that back on June 17, June 18, it was trading right around the $200 level, and it's essentially gone up close to about 40%, trading as high as $268 per share, which is where it's trading now. So if you guys did get a chance to watch my previous analysis on Spotify stock, we were essentially recognizing this $200 as a very clear resistance for the stock, given the fact that it has gone rejected at that level previously. So you guys can see that it pushed up right around that August to September in 2018, right around that level, and then it got rejected, pulling back as low as $105 a share. So if I were to put a trend line right here, this right here was a very clear support that we recognized in my previous video, and then the 160 level acting as a really strong resistance, because again, it has gone rejected at that level not once but twice, essentially creating a double top. Then moving forward in May of 2020, it broke out of that level and then started consolidating right here before eventually breaking out of that level as well, based on the positive catalyst and the news that was around the company. Now moving forward, if we were to ask ourselves two questions, should we trade Spotify stock or should we invest in Spotify company? Because those two questions are geared towards two different types of market participants. The first one is more for short-term speculation standpoint, someone who wants to trade the stock. And the second one is geared more towards someone who sees the long-term value in the company and they want to invest in Spotify company. So from a technical standpoint and someone who's looking to trade the stock, I feel like the rally has already taken place, because from March 2020 till now, it has already gone up close to 140%. So in my opinion, the margin for downside is a little bit higher than the margin for upside for this stock, because you guys can see that even if you look at the RSI and the MACD, the RSI is at 83, which essentially represents that the stock is very overbought and very overextended. Even the MACD is starting to peak out, indicating that there might be a small correction and a small pullback on the stock, which is very normal for a stock that runs up close to 200% in a very short period of time, because from a sustainability standpoint, it becomes challenging for the stock to maintain that price level based on the volume and the catalyst. So in my opinion, the stock can potentially give us a minor pullback. I'm not sure where that support is going to be, because based on previous patterns, $200 has acted as a resistance in the past for the stock. So if we were to move along that line, 200 can potentially start acting as a new support, but that's also going to be a drop of close to about 22 to 25%, which I don't personally see happening for Spotify. So we need to wait and see where it finds that next support to be. It could be 230, it could be 240, it could be 250. So we need to really wait and see where it breaks below the 90 MA, which is going to be the white line, and where does it pull back to. So I could personally see it dropping close to 14 to 15% down to this support because it was consolidating here for a couple days before breaking out of that level again. So if you were to put a trend line right around that level, which is going to be right around $228, that can seem as a reasonable price where the stock pulls back and corrects itself and finds its new support. But again, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong because I'm doing it based off of a technical analysis standpoint, and it has gone up quite a lot in a very short period of time. Please always make sure to do your own research and your own analysis when it comes to investing in the stock market, and never trade or invest based on other people's opinion. This is just my analysis of Spotify stock. So now for someone who is looking to invest in the company long term like myself, I will be more interested in looking at the fundamentals and the financials of the company, which in my opinion, I did a separate analysis, seems to be pretty strong. They are also incorporating podcasts. Their average revenue per user is also decent, and the revenue growth has been in double digits, which to me seems like a really good opportunity to get into a company long term, provided that they're going to continue to grow at that same rate. I will say, however, is that their net income has not been generated so far. They have been reporting a net loss over the last 5 years, which is a little bit of a concern, but the company also doesn't have a lot of debt, and their free cash flows are also looking good. So in my previous fundamental analysis, I put an intrinsic value of about $233 on the stock, which it has clearly hit and broken past due to the fact that Goldman Sachs put a price target of $280 on the stock after the news came out that Spotify signed a deal with Joe Rogan and Kim Kardashian. So that definitely puts a lot of weight in their future revenues and how they're going to perform moving forward. So that being said, I just wanted to give you guys a quick breakdown from both a fundamental and technical standpoint. From technicals, I feel like the stock is a little bit too overextended and overbought, and it's not unlikely for the stock to pull back and correct itself. From a fundamental standpoint, I'm very interested in this company because I do see the long-term value in Spotify. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about Spotify company and Spotify stock, and what are some of the price targets you have, and what your analysis and thesis is based on your expectation. As always, if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to drop a like. It really helps out with the channel and recommend this video to other people. Subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out any future videos related to these stock market updates and technical analysis and stock breakdowns. As always, happy investing, and I will see you guys in the next video.